All right, guys, we're here. We're live. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I don't know how the delay is going to be. I don't know how the audio is going to be. You guys got to let me know in the chat. But we're here. Yeah, we got the camera. It only got there. We're live. We're here in San Diego. Met my friend Asher's place out here.
Greetings.
I can't say his last name for legal purposes because he doesn't want his job to find out in case he says something dumb and he wants to get fired from the job. So let me know how things are going in the chat. I got it watching now. I think the delay might be a little bit longer than normal. No, it's about 30 seconds. So yeah, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be giving my LA trip report. I was in LA for a week. I went to the poker conference, went to the poker awards. I met a lot of people in the poker world. I maybe met some women in the poker world. I had a good time. So I can't check actually what's working here. So fuck it. Puppy. All right, Asher, what's up? Thanks for joining. Asher, you are my friend, correct?
Yes, sir. We've known each other for quite some time now.
All right, make sure you talk to them in the mic and make sure you look at the camera. You want to look them in the eyes. So all the viewers are right in there. They're watching right now. You got to look them in the eyes. But yes, we're in San Diego.
Yes.
This is your place.
It is.
You can kind of see the view. It kind of is captured out here.
We'll post pictures. We'll post pictures or something because it doesn't.
It's like there's the ocean everywhere here in San Diego. There's Coronado Island over there in the background.
Can you toggle it to your normal camera?
What's up?
Can you toggle it to your normal camera and spin the laptop?
I guess I could, but I want to make sure it's working. It's working properly first. This is a.
There we go.
I think we're working. All right, so make sure it's working. Comments are rolling and everything's going fine. So I'm gonna actually load up my Google Chrome because there's always delay, but I'm trying to see the comment section. So we did post on my Facebook. If you're watching this and you don't normally watch my stuff and you're kind of stalking me right now in a way and you never talk to me or anything like that, I want to give you a shout out. Thanks for watching. All right, good. Oh shit, it's a 1.1 megapixel camera from 2002. All right, I think you should be able to increase the quality, guys, I believe.
Yeah,
so
720.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Let me know how the quality is, guys. And if it's bad, we'll figure out a way to make it better. And if it's not, I don't know, man. What are we talking about today, dude?
Life, poker,
LA trip report. All right.
I haven't heard any of this, so this is new to me too.
You haven't heard anything from LA?
Not really. I mean, I've heard minor things, but I've tried to resist.
Oh, you've heard minor things because you knew we were going to do a podcast about it?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, cool. Good. All right, word. Okay, good. All right, now we.
Tim Stone. Shout out to Tim Stone. Should have come to Ibiza, bro.
Oh, because we invited him to Ibiza back in the day when we went, correct? Okay.
The legend.
God damn it. I just want to make sure it's working properly. Could someone in the chat just let me know if it's working properly? 720 equals 1 megapixel from 2001.
I thought it was 2002, Michael.
Quality is good. Is the quality? It says 720.
Yeah, don't worry. Quality is good.
It says 720, but it's 240. Oh,
it's
geez.
Fine. It's fine. He's
joking. No, I don't think there. I'm pretty sure it actually is messed up. Let me just fix the quality. Try to do something guys here. Hold on a second.
You're in HD, dude.
I know. I'm trying to just disable HD and see how that works. Poor indeed. All right, word. I'm fixing it. Let's see. Let's see.
Is it the lighting or is it the actual?
No, it's the actual because it's with the lag. You know what I mean? Camera is fine.
Vernon, you're playing great, dude.
All right, thanks, Vernon. All right, so let's talk about the Los Angeles trip. I did a podcast with Jason Kuhn out there, as a lot of people watched it.
Jay Kuhn's the man.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of people had some good feedback. Shout out to everybody who gave a good feedback for the LA or for the Jay Kuhn podcast after we were done filming. Did you guys see the Vine I posted up?
No.
Okay, so me and Jason went down to a local Mexican bar. Now let me tell you, man, this is it's weird how this works. So we're talking about dancing, we're talking about salsa, we're talking about having a good time. We go down to a Mexican place. There's no one in there, but there's a live band. We go to leave. The one girl in the place comes over and says, "Hey, you guys aren't leaving, are you?" Of course, Jay Kuhn's like, "No, I'm not leaving."
Jay Kuhn's playing great.
Jay Kuhn takes the girl, this Mexican girl, Colombian girl, really attractive girl. I don't have a receipt. Actually, I have a Vine, so you can kind of check the Vine for a receipt on her. Takes her to the dance floor, does some salsa with her, throws her around. I mean, I got to tell you, this is a girl, okay? He picks her up, his vagina is right here. He's got his hands on her ass like this, and he does some flip like 3 times. He like does it again.
Three times in one consecutive.
Well, that'd be crazy. No, he picks her up like this, flips her down, and then does it again, and like is grabbing, like really grabbing her ass.
Like a Superman or a
Spider-Man like doing something like J. Kuhn Hulk strength sort of thing like that. And
J. Kuhn's a big boy.
Yes.
He don't fuck
And then he did something where he flipped her in between. I don't know, man. All I gotta tell you guys, if you're on J. Kuhn, you're dancing, that's the kind of guy you want to dance with, because
it's getting a little hot and bothered just hearing about it, to be honest.
Yeah, the kid knows how to dance. So that was the J. Kuhn podcast. And then obviously the next day he won the 50K high roller at LAPC. The podcast run good's very real. And quite frankly, I'm thinking about starting to charge for the podcast now, guys, because I know a lot of you guys, watch these back on YouTube, and you like to use me, and you like to use my podcast for monetary purposes. And I really feel like I should be compensated for this. So I'm going to start charging for my podcast
equity,
$100 a month. And any money you make watching my podcast, you must give me 20%. Any money you lose, you suck. It's on you.
I think that's good policy.
You think so?
Yeah. I was reading in the thread, the 2+2 thread today, just trying to catch up on the Joe Ingram live events and podcast events, and saw somebody had shipped 2K MTT fields.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, while watching the podcast. So shout out to that guy.
For those of you guys that don't know, there's a podcast thread in NVG for the podcast. People give a lot of good feedback. People give a lot of good. They show a lot of love. They tell what they want. They tell what they need. They tell what their heart feels. They tell what their soul feels. They tell what their body feels. And if you haven't posted in the thread yet, go post in the thread. I show some love. Quality's perfect now. Bang, bang. All right, good. So Asher, tell who is Asher? Who is this guy? Is he a poker player? What do you? He owns this place. This is his place. So I mean, he's doing something right.
I have a background in poker, minorly. I played poker from 2008 to 2010. Dabble a little 2011. That's obviously how Joey and I linked up. For those of you who don't know, Joey lived out here in San Diego. What year was it?
I lived out here in 2009 or 10. 2010.
Okay. Yeah, 2010. And Brian Wilbur, who many of you are familiar with, save Brian.
Hashtag Team Brian.
Team Brian.
Hashtag Save Brian. All right, that was the depressed guy who came on during the Donger Kim, a.k.a. Big Dick versus TC from the UB Challenge. And some people in the chat speculated he might be wanting to attempt suicide. So
we went out with Brian last night and his girlfriend Becca. They're both playing great in my opinion, but I do understand how some people might get the sense that he's a little depressed.
What is this playing great? What does this mean? You keep saying that. Tell people what playing great means. They're going to start using it now.
It's a synonym for GTO, I would say. So he's I mean, GTO is a little bit stronger. Playing great means you're on the path to GTO. Okay. GTO is when you've really found the nut and you're there.
The nut? So let's say for instance, Andrew
Not
Hyde.
in a sexual way, like that.
Shout out to Andrew Hyde, man. Let's give a couple shout outs before we get into this. Hold on. Ashley Delaney, what's up, puppy? My boy Tim Stone, always playing great by not working out legs in the gym. Bang bang.
Tim, your post on abs was excellent from some time ago though. And
what did Tim Stone say?
He said cut for 6 to 8 weeks super aggressively. I think you have 1 cheat day in there per week to keep the metabolism high, and then once you achieve, it's pretty easy to maintain.
What do you think about Tim Stone? You only see him from the photos online. You never actually got a chance to meet him. What do you think about him?
I think Tim Stone is capitalizing on why internet poker and being a poker player is so great. Traveling around, living the life. If you value that type of stuff, then poker seems like.
So if you value,
vice versa.
If you value Thai hookers, if you value eating chicken all the time.
Well, I know Tim Stone likes those lady boys. That's why he's always in Thailand. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what was that? Oh, let's go back. What did you say about Tim Stone and Lady Boys?
I was just trolling Tim Stone.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have known something.
No.
There's been speculation Tim Stone's actually in the Lady Boys.
Oh, really?
That's neither here nor there. That's for another podcast.
That fire accidentally. My beat him.
Games, what's up, Games? Vernon, D-Backs, what's up, Dan Fu? 30 Evro into Nas. What's up, Fast and Furious name? Michael Edstrom, puppy. Kenny Nordine, puppy. Ricky Stewart. Samuel Versace, Ed H. What's up, Ricky? All right, we got a lot of cool motherfuckers here today, man. Michael Calette, what's up, puppy? Ashley says, I got 5 new Tinder matches while watching your podcast. How do you want to chop this up? How do you think someone should pay me for Tinder matches?
equal. They should get you Tinder matches or off the Tinder.
I don't do Tinder. I've never done Tinder.
Yeah,
before.
but I'm saying so like connect you with females.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's tell the story about how we met. So I was living here in San Diego, right?
Yes, yeah. You're living here in San Diego. Brian, along with Chris Jackson, Fantastical, Derek Dumper.
You don't got a name. It's fine.
They came and rented a house in La Jolla, nice part of San Diego, overlooking the beach, and we met randomly at a casino. I was grinding some live poker mints.
He was He was a live fun player. We recruited the fun player.
No.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
No, but so we got to know each other and got to know Joey. Joey stayed when everybody else moved back, and we began to hang out. Joey trained me a little bit in the ways of the gym for a very short period of time. We would go on a regular basis.
You know how to take us. You still got a muscle. Okay.
Yeah, not really. Well, we took a trip to Ibiza together. We've taken some trips to Vegas together, and generally just stayed in contact even.
Is it a
departure?
Is it a coincidence that we have the exact same hairstyle right now? Or
I've been rocking this hairstyle for a while. I'm gonna have to move on to something else here soon because I see you followed in my.
You see, I'm taking over the hairstyle.
Hair GTO. See, hair isn't playing great. Hair is GTO. This is the pinnacle of success.
Well, sometimes I know people have a lot of questions about how to do hair. So maybe if someone
there was some in the thread actually.
There was
we can cover hair. You probably got a lot of good ideas.
Let's talk about the LA trip report. So I went there first day. Poker conference is on the Friday. The poker conference was an interesting thing, guys, because it was all people from the more the business side of things. There weren't many players there. It was about 50 or 60 people. It was at the SLS Hotel in Beverly Hills, which was a really nice hotel. I stayed there for a week. The rooms had a lot of mirrors. The bathrooms were 360 mirrors. I mean, if you really didn't like looking at yourself, or you're fat or you're ugly, we got love for you, but you might not have had love at that place because that makes a self-conscious per. Like, you just stare at yourself all the time. If you got some body image issues going on with yourself, you're not gonna. But we got love. If you a big girl, right? No,
116 above.
You know the motto, right? How many big girls you been on? Can you imagine this kid with a big girl? You wouldn't even know what to do with a big girl. Big girl sits on your lap. Get a little 165 on you. Ooh. You ain't gonna know what to do. She's gonna be out. Okay. So, anyways, conference. It was a fun time. The GPI Alexander Dreyfus put it on. I'm probably gonna be doing a podcast with him next week sometime.
GPI Global Poker Index?
GPI Global Poker Index, correct. Oh. Yeah. They're trying to sportify poker. And basically, the conference had 5 or 6 different panels. And the same thing was kind of spoken by most of the panels, which was that we need to do more stuff as from an industry standpoint for the new players, for recreational players. Basically, what they said was, fuck professional poker players. If you're a professional poker player, we don't care about you. You're already playing poker. We don't need to keep you in poker. We don't need to do anything to entertain you in poker. Basically, seriously. This is what they say. They said, fuck you. And, I really didn't agree with that standpoint.
Well, they're trying to expand the game.
Correct.
To a certain extent, right? So there's value there in that for them as media, but there's also a target demographic that I think you cater to of people who are existing in the game. Like, I can relate to that sentiment to a certain extent because when I first got into poker, I watched every single episode of Poker After Dark, every single episode of the World Series. I mean, there was the year when the World Series did all the different side events too. It was all televised on ESPN. Yeah. I don't even know how to play 7 cards now. I watch 7 card stud final.
Sure, I was
whatever, right?
Too.
Right, and then there gets to a point where you like do it for a living, hopefully become good. And I couldn't stand to watch Poker After Dark. I don't even watch the World Series main anymore. And
Why do you think that is?
Because it becomes a job. I still enjoy playing poker. Don't get to do it very much, but all the fanboyness sort of dies away. But there's still a hunger for a smaller segment of people, the 2+2ers, who want regular high quality content that isn't on an elementary level. And maybe that's a problem. I love Ali Najad, but I can only hear him tiltingly comment on misplayed hands for so long. So I just want to pull my hair out.
So you think that I'm actually curious to see what the people out there watching right now think, is that, do you think that being a professional poker player, people just don't want to watch things that would be entertaining?
No, they do. But they don't want to watch things.
They don't want to watch the same
cater. Yeah, it's apples and oranges. You can't speak to a 5th grader using PhD vernacular, and you can't speak to a PhD student with 5th grade vernacular, or I think there's a misconnection.
Yeah.
And so most of poker media is intended to get more players, get more referral signups that focuses on the noob. the bottom of the sales funnel, if you will, and then guys like yourself focus less on that. You're not trying to sell advertising. You're not trying to get referral links for breakback, things like that, right? And honestly, if you were, you wouldn't really be playing that great because most people here already have accounts and stuff like that.
I mean,
oh, if my voice sounds like Ike Haxton, that's awesome.
Hollywood Haxton. No, it's not good. No. What's up, James? My boy James Rosenthal.
Hey, yeah, we got a shout out to James.
Shout out to James. If you guys aren't friends with James on Facebook, add James on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think he's on day 19 of this challenge. He's turning himself into a sexy motherfucker. And James, nice job, man.
Yeah.
You know, man, that takes a lot of hard work. Kind of inspires me a little bit. So my friend James, he's doing this challenge. He's kind of been into working out. He's been pretty big into working out, I'd say, since he moved to Chicago. He used to live out here in San Diego. And I know recently, got summer coming up, the nice weather coming up. I know a lot of you guys out there probably in the same position. He started this really hardcore diet and workouts. And what he's doing is he's video blogging every single day and putting it on his Facebook to help keep himself accountable. And I really think that doing something like that really helps. And obviously you have some people who are like, I don't want to see this fucking shit anymore. Like, okay, this guy works out. He's talking about the food. Yeah, they're going to get sick of it because they don't want to like face the realization that they might not do this.
I did the same Facebook accountability thing, somewhat I guess intentionally. I did a 7-day where I didn't eat anything and all I drank was fresh lemon, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup in water.
Why?
As like a cleanse thing.
Okay.
Trying to help the liver and just generally try to. I like addictive personality, right? So I like to eat super shitty, but then I'll pay it back by. And so I posted on Facebook, said the first 20 people who comment, I'll buy them like $100 bottle of booze if I fail this challenge.
Right. And I think some of that works too.
Yeah. And it was more just a social pressure. Like I just stubborn and prideful and I didn't have to admit that I couldn't do it. So I powered through.
I'd actually recommend people do that. Like put these things out there in a blog or a video and not only like show people what you're doing, show your work basically. That is the kind of the idea. So show your work, show what you're doing. You're going to attract people that are like-minded. Let's say James does this. He's showing off what he's doing. Well, he's going to meet people who are similarly interested in what he's doing. And therefore we got a black guy in the house. Hold on, guys. Flo, you can come say hello. You want to say hello, Flo? You want to give a shout out? You can't really see yourself in the video, but just look at the camera, say hi. So guys, all right. So if you come to San Diego and you want to go to the nightlife, this guy's he's the nightlife king. He worked at the micro stakes nightlife scene when he moved out here in San Diego, and now he's slowly moving his way up the ranks. Right?
He's HSNL at this point.
He's HSNL. Are you like at the
nosebleeds or no?
I'm in the nosebleeds.
So you're alleging that you play at the highest stakes of nightlife in San Diego.
What's that?
You're alleging that you play at the highest stakes at nightlife in San Diego.
Oh, they know about me.
They know about you.
They've heard about the Batman.
You know, it's weird. We were just at this sushi place, and they were going to give us a bad table, and I mentioned my flow, and they gave us the best table in the house. So I don't know if this is coincidence or not, but yeah, if you ever need a nightclub hookup, can you do that for people?
Yeah.
Can they pay you or something?
They don't have to pay me.
I'll
take care
if they're a poker person.
Just have a girlfriend for me. No, I'm just kidding.
Not really.
But really, no.
He's literally not kidding. So you got to bring him a girl, apparently.
Yeah.
Yo, server. What's up, bro?
Server, what's up? So our friend
story, that's a hilarious.
Well, my friend Server, I'm gonna say it's a short story. My friend Server and Asher's friend Server is in the chat. He showed up to a lot of live streams. So when we went to Ibiza, Server.
Do we want to blow up spots?
Server.
Yeah, I don't know if we want. Should we ask Server if we can tell the story or not?
They didn't let him in the country. It was funny as hell.
Okay, all right. Spot
he went to Spain. They wouldn't let him in the country. He had to come back to the United States. I mean, come on.
It's worse though, because Server lives in New York, so he flew from New York to San Diego. And then we all flew as a big group on a plane out.
You can't, like, they might get him arrested. They might get him arrested.
No. But we got to the country and you're all going.
You want him arrested? Fuck it. Get him arrested. Tell him what happened.
We're all going through turnstiles, through immigration, and for whatever.
And we're in Barcelona, right?
We're in Madrid.
We're in Madrid.
Okay. And yeah, entering the country, clearing customs. We're at about the area where we're supposed to pick up our luggage after we've deplaned everything else. And I didn't know that Server didn't have a United States passport. He is a legal resident of another country as well as this country. Doesn't have a passport.
Okay.
And you need to get a visa. Simple form online, but nobody thought about doing that. And so we all go through line, and then we see Server being like pulled off to the side, and we're trying to like yell through the glass and communicate in Spanish to the all the guards, because you're not dealing with Americans anymore, you're dealing with Spaniards.
Mhm.
And we sat there. Eventually, most of our group went on to the island. A couple stayed back to see if he would get released or what would happen. And I think they were calling the embassy of the country who his passport's issued by, waking up people early in the morning, trying to get him through. That failed, so he got turned around and sent back on a flight straight to New York.
Basically,
And
servers
a
kind of
huge
new
tilt.
bit up. Yeah. Well, shout out to Joel. What's up, Joel puppy? Trent D. What's up, Trent? The tender 31. I love Joey's voice impression for Ike is apparently Smeagol. Yeah, that was a bad one. I'm sorry, guys. And by I'm sorry, I mean I'm not sorry because, yeah. All right, let's back to the trip report.
Yes.
So we're at the conference. A lot of the poker conference speakers were pretty distinguished people of, I'd say, poker industry in some regards.
Was there any person you were specifically stoked to see?
Oh, it's going to brighten it up now because my camera's on auto.
That's fine. It's going back. It's going back.
Oh yeah, okay. I was not stoked to see anybody. No, I was stoked to meet Jason Somerville in person. Jay Carver. We had a really good talk because obviously I think me and Jay Carver are two people who are doing a lot of videos like this, putting out a lot of content that people could enjoy. He goes from a different angle with the live streaming and with the Twitch and towards the beginner crowd of people.
Right.
But I think we still have the same goal in mind, which was we want to provide entertaining content for people.
And Carver had that a while back. Had that Run It Up series. If
He still kind of is his name of it now is Run It Up.
Okay.
And you kind of notice people online are like copying it now. They're doing their own version of Run It Up, and it's pretty funny actually seeing people copy it. Okay. What's up, Andrew Kilner? Shout out from Australia. What part of Australia are you from, Andrew? But yeah, so like I said, we're at the conference and the panelists, you know, I don't know. They had some interesting things to say. They talked a lot about legalizing poker in the United States. Probably won't happen in 2020. And it was sort of doom and gloom for the most part. And there wasn't really much focused on online poker. And I'd say the highlight panel speaker was Jason Somerville because the last panel was Jason Somerville, Bernard Lee, Jason Somerville, Daniel Negreanu, and Motion Shins, Chicago Cards 1. And
What does he do?
He plays poker too.
Oh.
And Jason Somerville was super animated. Like he was basically like talking in his live stream to the people room, cracking up, and just seeing his like command with people in the room and seeing like the presence he had and was pretty funny. It was actually it wasn't funny. It was kind of like inspiring in a way. And I don't feel inspired by many people in poker. So actually seeing him and just seeing his presence was definitely I loved it, man. It was great.
You have to overdo it. Not that he overdoes it, but you would think that the way he acts, I think if you were acting that way, if I was acting that way, I'd be like, man, I am way too much like facial expression. You know what I mean? But actually, that's when people start to engage, is when you start to feel uncomfortable with the way you're presenting.
You know, I'm actually curious to see. I people were laughing, but I honestly felt like people could have been like laughing at him like this guy's fucking ridiculous. Not even like not laughing in like I like this guy, but I think most people there did like him. But I also could have seen it in like a condescending way, where it's like, dude, like this guy, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
a really, really fine line, and people who are excellent at it are able to get right up to that line because it peaks, and then if you cross it, it's that opposite. It just falls off the cliff.
Ricky Stewart, who's on the bubble, he made the money. Congratulations, Ricky. I was gonna ban you if you didn't make it because you blamed it on me. But yeah, so I actually met a lot of people there too. Some people, I'm always confused what to introduce myself because we had name tags that said Joe Ingram poker player or Joe Ingram player. So I don't know if I should say Joe Ingram 1, if I should say the Poker Lab podcast, if I should say Chicago Joey. I didn't know what to tell. And some people told me afterwards that they didn't know Joe Ingram 1 or me was Chicago Joey.
Yeah.
They were like, I didn't even know that was you.
Yeah.
You didn't look like what
why
you do
the
on
transition
podcast.
from, because you're Joe Ingram 1 on YouTube, is that right?
And Chicago Joey on 2+2.
Yeah, I know that part. So why did you transition away from the Chicago Joey? You didn't want to be Joey anymore?
I don't know. I kind of wanted my real name associated with it because my poker name was Joe Ingram 1.
Right.
So
okay.
And I met some people. Some people had no idea about my stuff, and I was like, "You'd love it." I pretty much tried to meet as many people as I could there because I feel like the content I put out with the people is I think it's really good. I think it's entertaining. It's a little bit long, but I think it's entertaining. I mean, you can't watch the Jason Kuhn episode, and it's
what do you think some of your best episodes are? If you were to tell people
LaFort, well, LaFort's the best episode with LaFort is because LaFort is so fucking boss. You know, LaFort's just the man. I got a lot of love for LaFort.
Yeah.
I'd say Jason Kuhn has to be one of the better ones. I mean, something like Timex is a great one. I like to say Jungle Man's good, but I feel like it's just good because it's Jungle Man. And it's such a unique thing to have Jungle Man.
Jungle Man's an interesting guy. That's one interview that I did watch that you did, and I would love to get inside his brain.
It's actually a good question. I wonder what people think are their favorite podcasts. I feel like it might be something like the Lex Feldhaus podcast where he called out Antonio, who I actually got a chance to meet and talk with about that. And
was that on the first one or the second?
Second one.
The first, I've watched the first one full. The second one partway through. Lex is awesome. Sit and play next to him day one of the main this year.
Bang bang.
And yeah, he's a good guy. Really good guy.
That's a great question. I think Greg Merson. Yeah, there's a lot of sick episodes. That's what Tim says. That makes a good point. I feel like there's so many sick episodes. Like a lot of the stuff I put out with most people are really good. Mm-hmm. So
was there a controversy with one of your LaForte episodes where do we want to talk about that?
No, yeah, it's not on my channel. I took it off my channel. I thought it was so good. It was so much strategy. It was just so fucking good. Okay. But it's still on iTunes. So people can find it if they want to.
I really wanted to watch it now. And I was
you can listen to it on there. Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't have taken. I don't care. Like, it's my fucking podcast. I'm not charging money. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. You got a problem? I'm gonna watch. It's fine.
PLO Strat.
Some PLO Strat, yeah. Tim Stone said Jay Kuhn was best story-wise. You don't have many poker players who fight each second weekend. That's true. But also, what's been happening is like Cole South, when he was on, the Cole South podcast was best. When Raptor was on.
You had Cole South on?
Yeah.
Cole South?
You already knew that.
Big fan. No, I didn't know. I actually didn't know that.
No. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
I just had him on.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it's like 15,000 views.
You're going to have to connect this.
Okay, I will. Ricky Stewart says, number 1, Lex, 2, Jaccoon, 3, LaForte, 4, Jungle, 5, Timex, Pertouche. Hung out a lot with Pertouche as well. But, you think about Ansky. The Ansky podcast was last June. That one was really good at the time. People watch it, said that one was awesome. But it's just like you forget the episodes in time. So even if you go back to some of the old episodes that I think were pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's all about what's kind of current. So
got it.
Yeah. All right. So the conference, met people. I tried to meet as many people as I could. I was very surprised at some of the people that showed me a lot of love. One guy, name's Adam. He runs the Aria Poker Room, and he's in charge of making the Aria Poker Room as sick as it is.
And it is sick. Shout out, the Aria staff is playing great.
The way they run it, their Twitter, their social media, and so I got a chance to meet him, talk with him. He showed me a lot of love, man. And
really?
It's funny hearing his ideas and hearing him talk about certain things is exactly how I talk and exactly the same things I say about it. Mm-hmm. So I felt like I was on a good path if I'm thinking the same way somebody that on a creative level as he is thinks that way.
Yeah.
And I met one of his guys he works with, Steve McLaughlin, who's named TT on 2+2. Went to Disneyland with him the next day. Him and his wife, or is his girlfriend, fiance, and Lizzie Harrison, the Poker News reporter, who's a super cool girl. She does a lot of modeling, and she's got these really good facial expressions. So I'm going to get some coaching sessions with her on that. And what's up, Bruno, puppy? So Bruno's from Brazil. He's a lawyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he called in one time. We got to talk to him. He said there's a lot of big booty bitches down there in Brazil.
Yeah, that's true.
He's 36. I think he's about 35, 36, 37.
We went and had Brazilian steak last night, actually.
It's true, man.
In an authentic place.
Nice.
None of this Fogo de Chao bullshit.
He said he just got home high as a giraffe's pussy. This is a lawyer, dude. This is the guy. If you go to Brazil, guys, I need you to look up Bruno because he'll get you out of trouble if you need it.
Bruno, do you come to the United States at all? Do you know the answer to this?
Yeah, Bruno, do you ever come to the USA? Server says it also has to do with who you can relate to the most. If you like working out, you're obviously going to like LaForte the Beast. Yeah, I think that's pretty true, too. Jamie Gold. Not sure.
I got some interesting Jamie Gold stories, but they cannot be told on the podcast. So.
Oh, well, we'll hear them later. All right. So next, after the conference, there was the Poker Awards. The Poker Awards were awesome. They were really fun. Much better than I expected.
Was that black tie?
No, it wasn't black tie. I wore my Tom Ford outfit. I gotta look good. Gotta try to bring it.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of guys there. There were more women than I thought. A lot of the, I thought a couple women I met Liv Bourret in person. She looked beautiful, nice red dress. I met the Australian Poker News reporter.
Lynn Gilmartin.
Lynn Gilmartin. She was a very attractive girl. I saw Maria Ho there. Maria Ho was looking good.
Shout out to UCSD.
Oh, shout out to Maria Ho, man. She looked good.
Maria Ho went to UCSD.
She looked good. She looks very attractive.
Grew up grinding the pokers at Verona.
I feel like she's definitely she's improved herself over time. A couple of years, maybe now she's fit, nice smile, nice hair.
I'll hang out with Tiffany Michelle.
I have no idea. I didn't really.
It turns out that I am good friends. Growing up in high school, one of my teachers was Tiffany Michelle's sister. I'm sorry, brother. And we worked together in Paul. So no idea, different last name.
What's up, Nick? Shout out to Nick, man. Nick's from Ireland, I believe.
Okay.
I think he enjoys fighting as well.
I enjoy some of your country's beverages.
Bang, bang. There you go. So the awards were great. I saw my friend Jen Shahad there. I had Jen on a podcast. It was actually great because I got to hang out with some people who I became friends with from the podcast. So like Jen, we hung out with her a bunch. I saw King Dan Smith at the awards. He was looking good. I saw Brandon Shaq Harris, who also won an award for Breakthrough Performance of the Year. He was with his girlfriend. They came up and they made out on the stage at the microphone. And the award setup was, it was funny. But the awards was like way cooler than I thought. I thought it would just be, I didn't even really know what to expect.
How many people were there?
A ton, like 250, 300.
Where was it at?
It was at the SLS Hotel in the conference room there. They read the nominations out on stage. People came up to get their awards. They gave a little speech.
Yeah.
And it was definitely good. The table they sat you at, unfortunately, they randomly sat you, I guess. So I was supposed to be with my +1 who didn't come, but I was with my boy Bart Hansen was at the table.
Oh, Bart. I got mad love for Bart. That's how I got good at poker.
Oh, man. Bart's my guy. Dave Tuckman. Well, Bart's kind of turning. He might not have been my guy before that, but we got to chat a lot. I feel like we could be friends if we saw each other. I feel like we could be friends because we both have a pretty creative. I feel like with ideas and different things we want to do. Obviously, Bart's a
hustler too.
He's got Crush Live Poker. Yeah, man. That guy, he turned this doing a podcast like this into money. Yeah. Like a fucking whole entire business, which I think is great. Yeah. And Dave Tuckman there, Dave Tuckman's wife, I believe, is her name, Molly. Yeah, she's they're both pretty nice.
I think Dave has a kid now too. Congrats to Dave.
I was with Mo from the bicycle, the tournament director Mo. Me and him were getting crazy. I was with a young gentleman to my right. I can't quite remember his name. I'm sorry if you ever get this gets back to you. He was at Hollywood Park. I think he was in charge of the poker room there. He was a great person. He said I should come by, hang out with some girls, have some fun. And the awards were good. I left a little bit early and so I was tired. And that was the awards night.
And that was that Thursday night?
That was Thursday. Oh, I got a chance to meet Danny Negreanu. Thanks to Jen Shahad. Shout out to Jen. Jen really hooked it up, man. Jen's a great person. If you guys are ever out there and you get a chance to see Jen or meet Jen, Jen's fucking so nice, very sweet. I mean, people always say people
sounds like you and Jen need to get married, man.
No, we're not getting married. She's got a nice boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, nice boyfriend. I didn't.
There's another Jen story later, but. Okay. I think it's a lot of people always trash talk people in poker, like, oh, people in poker ain't shit, they suck, they're this, they're that. But really, I think a lot of these people are cool people. There's some good people. Maybe I'm meeting people at the upper echelon of things in terms of they're playing at the highest stakes or they're playing at the most success. They've had the most success, debatably. And maybe those people tend to be better people to be friends with.
They do.
But it seems like from the people I met, like Bertush. Obviously, Bertush is he's a great fucking kid. You know, he's a super nice kid. I met Pure Cash 25, Nick Ramponi. That guy's another great person too. Report could get pretty long.
That's fine. This is good. I mean, this is interesting stuff to me. I want to know what Antonio. Are we allowed to talk about what Antonio said in response to Lex?
Of course, we're allowed to talk about Antonio for sure. Check your connectivity. I think the connectivity is good. Shout out to Craig. Craig Thomas Music says, what's good from Canada? First time watching live. Shout out to Craig. But yeah, I got a chance to meet Danny Negreanu, talked to him for about 20 minutes. We just had a discussion. We were in the bar getting drinks at the hotel in between the conference and the awards. And I was shocked at the type of person he was in person.
Yeah.
Because what do you think about Danny Negreanu when you see him on something on the television, or when you think about him supporting Poker Stars changes for the worst of the player? I feel like people think he's.
I don't mean you gotta put bread on the table, man. He works for Poker Stars. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's the reality of taking a position like that, and you just have to.
This view now, that's fucking sick. This view is dope.
Before we end, we'll swivel because you're literally you're seeing 1/10 of the view up here. It really is.
Yeah, the view from this place right here in San Diego is crazy. It's crazy. Like you see Mexico from here. It's crazy. But yeah, Daniel was just so great. I'm gonna have him on a podcast sometime soon, hopefully. I think in March we're gonna have Daniel on a podcast, and I feel like me and him could have a discussion for like 4 hours, just about a number of different things.
Yeah.
So, who else did I meet? Anybody
Antonio,
notable?
you were gonna tell me what Antonio said.
That was later. I'll get to that one. Yeah. I think that was really all notable from the conference and the awards. I kind of felt a little bit shy, to be honest with you, because I don't know a lot of these people. I feel like some of them might know me, might not know me, might know about me or know what I do or enjoy my work, but it's not like.
So what's your approach there? Because like from a social standpoint, everybody's always in like 2s and 3s or 4s talking to each other in circles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're at a social lull, an event where you don't know a ton of people and so you're just standing there, do you like go try to like break into a conversation in a circle, or you just like sit alone and wait for like other people to come up to you, or what's your strat?
Thank God Jen was with me, because I just kind of hung out with Jen. Honestly, I felt like I was following her around at some point in time. Like I never felt that way, but I felt like I was sort of following her around because she knew all these people. Okay. And I would see someone I saw like Dan Smith, or I would see some people I vaguely knew. Right. Or I'd introduce myself like, "Hi, what's up? My name's Joe Ingram," or Joey Ingram. I do, I play poker. I do podcast. Yada yada yada. And no server. We're at Asher's new place. Asher and Flo live here, and shout out to Ralph. But yeah, at that thing, I don't know. I didn't really venture too deep outside of the people I knew. I don't really.
It's a difficult spot. I have to do these events all the time too, and I don't like barging into people, especially because there's a physical element to like getting into their circle. Yeah. Weird. You have to sort of inject yourself, and the alternative is just standing around and waiting for other people who aren't engaged in circles, who presumably might not be the most interesting people to talk to.
Yeah, it's like I don't really know what. I guess this is me being when I'm in my apartment doing podcasts, and when I don't get out too much to meet people in the poker world, something like this is kind of foreign to me. Definitely out of my normal comfort zone. But I wouldn't say I'm like nervous or scared for the most part. It's just like
No, it's not about that.
I want to meet people. I want to make some good impressions, and it was definitely.
Did you know Donnie prior?
Donnie Stern?
No, Donnie Peters.
Donnie Peters. Oh, shout out to my boy Donnie. Donnie's cool too. I guess a lot of people might be my boys debatably now, but Donnie Peters from Poker News. I sat next to him for a little bit of the conference. I really liked him too. Donnie's cool. I've only got to hang out with him a couple times, but so you were with him Thursday night, and then Friday they came down. And that guy on Poker Stars. What's it, Jerry?
Gary. Yeah, I've never met Gary
too.
before, but I was about to say, like, shout out to Gary, because Gary and Donnie will tore the dance floor up Friday night. We came here with Christy and Amo.
Christy Arnett? Yeah. Shout out to Christy Arnett. Yeah. She's been hitting it. She got whoever's doing Christy's marketing on Twitch, putting all these little customized pictures together for her. They're doing a great job.
What does she do on Twitch
too? She's streaming poker too. Like everybody
does.
Poker? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Everyone streams on Twitch.
They live in one of the buildings really close here. Anyway, so we had fun. Shout out to Gary, dude. Gary seems like a G, and obviously Donnie. We had a great time.
Yeah, those guys were great. I mean, I feel like I don't want to leave anybody out there watching, because I think some people probably will watch this now just to introduce myself to so many people, and I don't want to forget anybody.
You on that business card guy?
No, I got maybe 10 business cards from people. A lot of people said,
do you have your own business cards?
No, I don't want to. I'm not a business. I'm not giving out business cards. I met a couple people. I added them on Twitter. I met a couple older women that were fucking cool. Okay. It's kind of sexy. They were all married, though. I don't want to name any names.
No names.
One of them might have worked at Poker Stars.
Was there?
That gives it away.
Is that why you left?
I mean, she was cute, though.
Did you leave early with one of these?
No, of course not. No, I was tired.
Are you tired?
I was tired, man. I was tired. Honestly, it was like 11 o'clock. I was like, I just want to get out of here, dude. Like, I'm done. I'm ready to go to bed. And so I still wasn't really adjusted for that. But.
All right. So movement in the LA trip report. That was Thursday night. You wake up Friday. And you kept telling me that. I guess we're last Friday. Never mind. Proceed.
So Friday. Then I'm debating what I'm going to do. I knew I'm going to stay in the weekend for a couple days. I kind of wanted to film some live stuff, but at the same time,
what kind of live stuff?
Like live podcasts with people.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I didn't really set anything up. So I felt I didn't really just want to hit people up like, hey, you want to film something? Hey, you want to film something?
Right.
So Friday, what did I do Friday? Talked to Bruno for a little bit about MILF hunting here. What did I do Friday? Did I do anything?
Thank you, Bruno.
No, Friday was the awards in the conference.
So I went out on Saturday night with them.
Saturday, I don't think I did. Man, they all really blend together.
All right, so what's the highlights then?
Let's do the highlights. Yeah.
You went to a basketball game?
Yeah, I went to a Clippers game with Pertush, who I had on a podcast. Ryan Fees. Finally I got to see Ryan again in person. I enjoyed hanging out with Ryan. Ryan Fee, and Kush, Pistons 87, and Kush. He's a fucking degenerate. He lost me money sports betting because he said we should bet on the Clippers. This motherfucking degenerate. Who else went with us? Connor Drynan from One Drop, that Aces versus Aces hand that I commented on YouTube, and I said, how could this guy ever go on with Aces? Is he an idiot? And one of Connor's friends too. He doesn't play online poker, so I couldn't really associate him with like a name I knew, but he was really cool too. We had really good seats in the 100 section there. They were really nice. We went out with them to the Clipper game, and then we went to the Standard downtown, a rooftop bar in LA. Mm-hmm. Super nice bar. If you're ever in downtown LA, I definitely recommend you checking it out.
Yes.
It was a lot of guys there for the most part. I had to, there was a couple people that watched the podcast there as well, that another group of players. They showed me a lot of love for the podcast. They said they really enjoyed it. I remember one guy named Adam was a live player. He was a very nice guy, but there were some girls around, so I had to
brush him aside.
I had to show him
how it's done.
Show him how it's done. Okay. Yeah, but nothing happened. Of course, I left with Nick, and Nick gave me a ride home. But
no females in tow.
No females in tow. No.
What do you think of those LA women?
I loved most people in LA. I really like the women. I like the men I met too. Yeah, the women are hardworking. They're doing things. They got careers. They dress nice. They keep themselves in shape. I mean, they do all these things. They put effort into themselves that I really appreciate in a person, man or woman.
Okay.
And the night before, I went to Commerce. I met Jen there. Jen and her friend Rhiannon. And Rhiannon is this little redhead girl who's a feminist who hates the idea of the BGG, the big girl grind. She says that it's a misogynist term, and that.
How did she know about the BGG?
Jen told her about it.
Oh, okay.
So I met Jen, Jen's friend Rachel, who plays some live 2-5 out there in LA. Shout out to Rachel, Adventures Poker Twitter, I believe. Adventures in Poker, Twitter. They're both big feminists. So they were giving me shit about all the things I say about women on here. The tall girl grind, can't say that. Big girl grind, 116 above, I'll show you love, can't say that. And so it was fun, but me and her got in a nice heated debate. I really enjoyed that she could hold her own in a conversation. She's 24, and I was very impressed by the way that she...
What does she do with her life?
I thought she was a writer for a feminist blog. She's actually a content curator. She curates content.
Seems like this girl is very picky about the words that you use and don't use.
Yeah, she was. But I'm going to have her on a podcast too. We're actually going to debate the way I talk about women, and we're going to try to help men discover a new way to talk to women, because they say I talk way too misogynist. But I don't think I do. I'm just showing big girls love, man. 160 or above, I'll show you love. I can't help. That's the motto.
Thing, not a negative
That's
thing.
A positive thing. Tall girl grind, lady boy grind. I mean, if you a lady boy, post-op, pre-op, I got love for you.
Yeah.
I'm not bashing you. I'm not putting people down. People put down these kind of girls everywhere on the internet. I'm not. I got love.
Just open your arms wide open. Just if they want to seek refuge, Joe's there for them, right?
Wait, but yeah.
Warmth in the winter, shade in the summer.
I also got a chance to meet some more people that night. I met Vanessa Selves. We played Scott Seaver. There was like a little group of them. They were going to play some games. Jesse James Sylvia.
I don't know who he is.
He got third, I think, in the World Series of Poker main event.
Oh, okay.
He used to play online poker. Him and his girlfriend Ashley, who works for Run It Once, were there. They were really good people.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Seaver was there. I think Lib Boree came in there. Vanessa Selves. My boy Kane Kalas, how do I say his last name? NASCAR 19-something on Full Tilt back in the day. He actually won a bounty tournament a couple days later.
The podcast interaction run good.
Might have been Melanie Weisner.
Melanie.
Great singer.
Really?
She loved, I think she...
Talk about a fiery Jewish redhead, that Melanie Weisner.
You know what? At first we were debating if she was sexy, but I think she might be a little sexy. She has a nice voice. She's got I like her attitude. She's one of those girls that likes to work out and do a lot of squats.
Yeah. Give her Melanie.
And we got love for girls that do squats. You do the leg test. I would show people the leg test where you tap the leg of a potential big girl.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that she's a big girl, but
no, she works out.
No, she says in good shape. We're probably gonna get her up on our podcast too.
Yeah, that's good.
She was cool. And we played some game called Werewolves Mafia, something like that. I don't know. I was just enjoying myself. I was doing whatever someone wanted to do. I was in for it, because my only goal for the trip was to meet as many people as I could and have as many face-to-face interactions with people as I could. I just wanted to meet people out there and doing that what I do.
Right. So then when we get past the weekend, we get into early next week, and you're impending arrival to San Diego was delayed by a day, delayed by a day, delayed by a day.
Okay.
What was the cause?
Well, that was all these things.
Oh, okay.
I just found new things to do. I hung out with Jay Kuhn, obviously, that one night. Went to this place in Hermosa Beach.
Yeah, you asked me about going line dancing. Did you? I was going to drive up to Orange County to do line dancing with you. Did that happen?
No, Jason wanted to line dance, but what you doing?
Big line dancing.
Oh, we got a light out here. Nice.
Hey, yo.
Hey, oh,
Hey,
yo.
Is he a big line dancing fan?
Jason is a big dancer. I showed some. I got to some of his moves. He loves country music.
Yeah. So
The kid's got moves, man.
I went to Stagecoach Music Festival last year.
That's in by Coachella, right?
In Coachella. So Coachella week 1 and week 2 are obviously back-to-back weeks, and then Stagecoach is immediately the following week. And that was fun. It was a blast.
A lot of country girls out there.
Oh.
Little CMGG country
Wow.
music girls
Yeah,
grinding.
like even if you don't like country music, you should just go to one country music concert.
They all wear boots and little denim shorts and
It's probably like a 3 to 1
tied up or something.
ratio, and
Mhm.
every single one of them is just good girls.
A peach, a gem,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
delight.
And it's all about that southern. Even if they're not from the South, they're buying into that culture, southern hospitality,
Mm.
sweet, not pretentious.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I might be like people might think I'm name dropping with my trip or something like that.
But that's what the trip was about. I mean,
Yeah, so that trip was basically about to meet people in poker.
Yeah.
Just to meet as many people as I could in poker to help get my. I was really tilted. I wasn't potentially even considered to be nominated for best content last year because I don't think I might have won over someone like Jason Somerville, who I think does great. But I still think I should have been nominated. And the reason I'm not nominated is because I don't know all these people in this live poker world, the tournament players, the guys behind the scenes. Like they know of me. They might have seen 1 or 2 episodes, but they don't know me as a person. So this was my chance to just shake as many hands as I could, get to know people for later down the road in case we could be friends. Because what do you think about that approach?
Yeah, I think that's good. When did you start creating content in 2014? Was it January or
February? I did 4
Okay,
podcasts
okay.
by myself, high stakes PLO podcasts.
I would say it takes at least like 9 months to get. You're now just getting traction to where now you're gonna have a full year to where people have known who you are, what your stuff is, that you have a following.
Mhm.
So I think
It's got to
that's
keep.
probably a likely explanation for it. Have you
Yeah.
ever thought about partnering with a content distributor like Poker News or someone as a platform to add credibility? And this is
No.
okay.
I kind of like hosting all my own content on my own channel.
Yeah,
I
but
have
if it
complete
was
control of it,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
but if you could syndicate it to
Poker News.
Poker News or somewhere else too, that gives them additional content and page views, but gives you credibility.
It'd be a pretty good idea.
Interesting thought.
Clevin Clarkson says, Poppy, I'm going to stalk you next time you're in LA. And you know what, Josh Carroll, not shout out to you, man. You said you're gonna hang out with me when I was in LA, and you didn't even hang out. You didn't even make some time for me, man. We got no love for that. My little brother, what's up, bro? You know my brother,
wow.
Tutu Andrew Cool.
Tutu Andrew Cool. I hear we're going to be meeting each other in just a few weeks at Coachella.
Andrew, you're going to be meeting Asher at Coachella.
I'm looking forward to it, dude.
We're going to be hanging out there. He's kind of like, so if he's my actual little brother and you're my little brother, that means that my little brother is like your little brother in a way.
We're like stepbrothers.
And we kind of all look alike in a way. So I guess me and you kind of look alike. You're a little tanner than me right now, but
I think it's just the light.
yeah.
Nah, I don't live in Chicago, brah.
Stop sending shots at Chicago. But yeah, I met also the other guy. I talked to Antonio for a bit about the Lex podcast.
Oh, wow.
And Antonio Sfandiari
Thank you, brah.
says your hair's fleek. I agree, it is. Yeah, I talked to Antonio Sfandiari for a little bit.
Yeah, so tell about that story.
He, he seemed to be what I've heard. He seemed really surprised Lex said something like that about him. He doesn't remember the encounter, and he didn't take it obviously the same way Lex took it. And we talked for a little bit about it.
So your read. Who do you believe? Because Lex would tell you that it was 100% intentional. I would assume, not to put words in his mouth.
I think that from the impression I got was that he didn't want to have Lex and his 4 friends come to the dinner, like 4 other guys. I think he just didn't want more guys there, maybe.
Yeah,
like
but then he
random guys.
needled him for big time again. Maybe it was just intended as just a joking needle, and Lex took it the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Obviously, it's been years since that happened with them. So,
Yeah.
One person could be misremembering the story. Obviously, Lex might just not like Antonio for some other reasons. So, and then that just might have been
Well, you gotta love the poker world, man. Like one little minor dispute from years ago is mentioned, and I'm sure it's like top story on NBG for the next like 4 months.
I mean, there's not much going on right now in poker. That's the thing.
that's
There's not much drama. There's not too much stuff happening right now. Only people can only scam so often. Eventually, people are going to get smart and stop getting scammed. Those are going to stop being stories. So,
True.
But yeah, Jason, I watched Jason win the 50K high roller for $400 and some $1,000. I think they chopped it. Connor got third for like 3 something. And obviously, it was great seeing the podcast run good. Jason's on the podcast one night. The next night, he literally wins the 50K high roller, which is just ups.
Was that LAPC?
The LAPC high roller, yeah. I mean, it's just.
Scammer won that last year, or won the 25,000 last year. Don't do dealings with Kevin Jonah, known scammer.
Don't you dealing with you legend that?
I
don't want to show no love to scammers on here, so. But
no.
you can give a warning.
Don't deal with Kevin Jonah.
All right, Scott Allen, what's up? He says, I got a good chick story. Shout out to my friend Andrea who's watching. I got a lot of love for Andrea. She's beautiful. She's a ginger girl.
You like those redheads recently, huh?
Redheads are cool.
Yeah.
The GGG, ginger girl grind?
Nope.
I got a lot of love for redheads, man. Especially redheads that like poker, that like basketball.
Basketball, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Melanie Weisner.
Does she like basketball too? And she sings.
Jim.
We're going to run a podcast. Scott Seaver said he wanted to come on a podcast. Honestly, guys, I met a lot of people, and you're not going to be surprised. They said they want to come on a podcast because I guess they enjoy watching them. They think it's fun, or maybe they think it's popular, and they would help them get whatever out there. So I'm not maybe a little bit of both. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with guests. I'm going to have Alexander Dreyfus on from the GPI. I'm going to have him on soon. We're going to recap what happened there, his future, and everything. Oh, I went to Disneyland. That's what I did. I went to Disneyland with Lizzie Harrison and TT Steve and his girlfriend, and fiance, wife. And we went to Disneyland at 8 a.m. We stayed there until the goddamn park closed. It was ridiculous. Wow. 12 midnight. It was 16 hours.
Did you guys do any drugs at Disneyland?
No.
Do you think you would want to do drugs there?
For sure. That would be a great place to do certain things.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
What, you guys experience?
No, I don't, but we can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that kind of sums up the LA trip. I Ubered up from LA to San Diego.
Have you looked at what your bill was yet?
I'm an idiot. I was going to take the train. I missed the train. And then I was going to fly. And then I was like, I'm just not going to fly. So then I Ubered. I met this great driver. And he talked for 4 hours.
He uses the Uber black SUV too.
He talked for 4 hours, dude. These Uber drivers, $400.
Oh, wow. That's actually really good.
So my trip for my Uber, which you can't see, was...
There's a receipt. I'll vouch for it.
My receipt says my trip was $399. So I paid $399 to come back and...
Hang out here
at Asher's house. So now I'm in San Diego. We went out last night. We had a good night. Went to some place called, what was it called?
It's a basement.
Basement
Story.
Went out BW and Fantastic
Cow and a bunch of other webmates.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ian.
Shout out to Ian
for
basement hooking it up.
Yeah, for being a general boss and
6'9", hair like Asher's, hands like a goddamn table.
Used to play in the NHL.
The guy must just literally fuck every girl he meets. Like I can't imagine any girl meeting him and be like, yeah, I don't want to have sex with that dude.
Yeah, he does.
San Diego is such a great place. There's so many girls, so many people, so many guys. It's just like a great mixture of people here. I really like it a lot.
Who do we see? Bro Safari?
Bro Safari, yes sir.
The DJ table for Bro Safari.
Had the best table in the house. Somehow Asher hooked it up. Asher got it. Yeah, these guys know people. Him and Flo, they know people down here in San Diego. They go out. They got the best tables. It's just, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Scott Allen's found the story in the chat. He says, final table of a 50-person party. Me and the chick met at the final table. LOL, she's banging me. She had 5,500 on Bovada. First date was 2 nights ago. I jumped in 510 PLO with 300. 40 minutes later, I have 1880. Then proceed to lose a 2K pot with Jack. Dude, listen, John, or Scott, sorry. There's a lot of receipts. I'm pretty sure I know who you are. And if it's the person I'm thinking of, I believe you. But if it's not the person I'm thinking of, you got to show receipts on you final tabling the 50-person tourney, the girl, the Bovada $5,500 initial money on there, and also your PLO hand histories. Because right now, anyone can come into the chat and say these things. And
was this a live tourney or an online tourney?
I don't know, man. This guy, I like this guy, but you can't. Yeah, it's a bad beat.
Yeah, it all.
I know. Yeah, actually, I thought this was.
Now he proceeds to go into detail. I thought
this was a good chick story, not a bad beat story. I know. Dude, tell the chick. We don't care about the hand. You got to talk about the girl, man.
LL tricked you.
Come on. So I think that sums up about the LA trip.
any guy who was banging a girl would not then go on to talk about the four bet calling on 10-9-2. He'd talk about
Honestly, if you're banging this girl, you're going to talk about banging the girl. You're not going to talk about the hand, a standard hand. You have Jack 10-8-7 that flops 10-9-2. No, okay, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to go all in, you're going to lose. It's fine. It happens. It's Omaha, bro. But yeah, I learned that when I met poker players in LA, if they told me a bad beat story right away, I knew you know about them right away. I didn't tell one poker hand of anyone there.
Yeah.
I'm not like, all right, check this out. I had aces. I 3-bet.
Well, this guy, he has a...
This guy 4-bet me. I went all in. He had ace king king 5 double suited, so he had a blocker aces. He didn't think I had aces, and then I flopped a king and I lost. I just don't, I don't tell stories like that. And if you tell stories like that, you got to stop, man. Scott says live. She's blowing me and banging me, dude. Listen, dude. Anyone can say these things. Show us a receipt of her blowing you and banging you right now, and that's fine. You can stay.
Picks or GTFO.
That's an old school saying. So yeah, man, we got some of these other things on this list. If you want to bring them up, I'll let you go ahead. I've been talking a lot for the LA Trip Report. You don't know the LA Trip Report, so I had to talk there. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you want to talk about Ibiza?
You're the co-host, man. You go ahead. You set it up. We're learning, Esther. I'm gonna have Asher on again. He's gonna.
Okay. Well, we'll talk briefly about the Ibiza trip. So it's like 12 or 14 of us that went from San Diego, all congregated in San Diego, and flew to Ibiza. We decided to stay for 2 weeks.
Great decision.
Probably a little bit too long, but we had a great spot. Beautiful, beautiful penthouse with.
Would you recommend people go to Ibiza?
Yes, I would. But I would recommend it.
What's Ibiza like?
Ibiza is like Vegas and Hawaii merged together, but with a significantly younger crowd. Unlike anything else you will ever get into, for sure. But I would just go for maybe 3 or 4 days, and then I would just do a bunch of other Europe stuff. Joey ended up leaving a little bit early and going to Tomorrowland.
Why is that? Were you the night I met that girl?
No, I don't think.
Look at this guy, Scott Allen. Guy gets his dick sucked, thinks he's a fucking tough guy, huh? He says, I'll have a pic of her on my dick while I crush you on any site you want. Carbon, Bovada, or Black Chip, you name it. I'll destroy. So Scott Allen's alleging right now he's going to beat me at poker while having a girl on his dick. I'm in, Scott, okay? Those are fighting words, my friend. I'm in. Anything you want to do, let's do it. Any untracked Euro site, any non-untracked Euro site, American site, let's go. And tell you what, when I beat you, you got to send me a picture of your girl. I'm going to come there. I'm going to fuck her. No? Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
You think she's ugly? I think she's like a 6 out of 10. 6 in my area. In San Diego, she's probably like a 4.
Kevin, I totally agree. San Diego is definitely greater than LA. There is some poker in Ibiza, I believe, but like most things, they just rake the snot out of it. Like most things in Europe, they just rake the snot out of it. Probably not.
I'm gonna fuck Scott's girl, and then I'm gonna fuck Scott. No? Okay, no way. Oh, that's a different podcast for our story. I'm kidding. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can play on PokerStars.es.
Hold me back, Scott. Hold me back. Okay, go. Sorry, I keep interrupting. Go ahead. This guy's firing me up right now.
Yeah, you met a girl in Ibiza who was on a trip with her boyfriend.
No, she was on a trip with her best mate and and another couple. So it was 4. It was 2 and 2.
How was her boyfriend not there?
She didn't have a boyfriend. Oh, she was off with her boyfriend at the time, or she was kind of on off with her boyfriend at the time.
That's what she was definitely on with her boyfriend. Maybe was repping some type of break situation.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what happened. Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, one day Joey decided. I mean, the 15 days was a little bit long. Somebody in our group got sick. It passed through to the rest of the group. And so he pieced to Belgium and never really to be seen again.
That's true.
That was a fun trip. We have great Brian. Honestly, like you guys booed Brian out too early because lots of great stories.
A lot of people don't know Brian that much.
Brian.
We'll tell Brian. We got so people are watching that know Brian is. Yes. Brian showed up to a live stream, the Dong or Kim, Big Dick versus TC from the UB. And I had Brian do a little commentary with me, and people thought he sounded suicidal. They thought he sounded depressed. They thought he sounded on the verge of death. And really, Brian's not that kind of guy. He was actually with us in Ibiza. He actually had an Adderall addiction at that point in time. So when he'd go walking around talking to people, he'd go,
and wrapped her hand.
And I have receipts of this, by the way, too. I have receipts, videos on my old phone.
Yeah. So the first night we were there, one of the girls in our group said that she was just super hitting on her, and so she's like, look, I'll have a threesome with you. I'm not gonna have sex with you, but I'll have a threesome with you. You didn't hear the story?
Do you know I kissed your sister there?
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
Well, I mean, I didn't like see it, but I just assumed.
Okay, go ahead. Tell a threesome story.
So
it was like very quick. She was not very good.
it's fine. I kiss other people's sisters.
You
Why would I hold
kiss
it
my
against you?
sister?
No.
You better not kiss my
Do you have
sister.
a sister?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Bobby
right. She lives
Joe?
in Dallas.
You want to kiss Bobby Joe? She lives in Vegas right now.
Oh, does she?
She's dancing.
No, that's okay. But I mean, I kiss other people's sisters is what I'm saying. So I don't want them to hold it against me. Why would I hold it against you?
Hashtag save Brian.
So Brian, yeah, first night, Adderall, lots of booze, bottle service, girl hitting on her. She is trying to nicely blow him off because we are all living in the same house. And so she says, look, if you find another girl, I'm sort of into girls and boys. And
Intern.
Yes.
Your intern.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll have a threesome. Well, she wasn't my intern at this point, but this is how we met. So, so the
Shout out to Jara. Go ahead.
so she sends him off on this mission. So he finds a mother-daughter combo in a club, which I'm not sure how that's possible. He starts trying to chat up the daughter. Turns out she's 17. So he smartly 16 or 17.
What's the legal age in Spain? Like 10?
Legal age in Spain is 18, but I think they're pretty loose, especially if you're with your mom. Like, you're obviously just gonna let you in.
You
right?
ever hooked up with a mom and a daughter at the same time?
No, have you?
You never have?
No.
What about like different days or something like that?
No, I've never double dipped in that nature.
Okay, go ahead.
I think you remember. I think I remember you telling me.
Continue on the story. This isn't about. Continue on. Go ahead.
So she asked the wife then, or not the wife, but the mom, if she wants to have a threesome. She says no. Somehow it doesn't say like get the hell away from my daughter, because then Brian gets desperate and goes back and asks the 17-year-old if she wants.
So
to
what
have a
happened here?
threesome.
We'll have a threesome or what?
No threesome.
You didn't have a threesome. Why are you telling me?
I still think it's pretty hilarious that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Brian
then-
also met a homeless woman. He met a girl walking around the streets and got a table on. The group was going to one club, and he decided he just wanted to go to space and get a table on his own. BW watching.
Oh, okay.
We can't talk about that.
All right.
He's glad he's not watching. So he's walking down the street, and he decides he runs into this girl, and he falls in love. We're gonna go get a table of space. Pieces out from the rest of the group. The next thing I see him is like 8 a.m. Get a knock on the door. I open it up, and Brian comes walking in from the club, and it turns out that he had gone to space with this girl. She had left, and then on his walk home, he'd seen her and her child sleeping in the park. It turns out he had picked up a homeless woman.
So Brian likes to have fun. That's what you're saying. Listen, if you've never been with a homeless girl, you ain't been living, motherfucker. Okay.
That's true. But so then he offered to get her a hotel room. Again, this is all in trying to communicate in Spanish, English.
Do you remember that
But
guy, Freddie Norway, and those Norwegian guys? Those guys were sexy.
Yeah, Freddie Norway came and actually stayed at my house.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, like a while later.
Oh yeah.
That was also an interesting night. The cyborgs?
So yeah.
Oh
we
my
went
god!
out with these.
All guys from Norway.
We went out with these
just-
Norwegian guys. Now, I mean, Ad Odson, he's a boss, but he doesn't look like those guys. But no shots at Ad Odson, of course. Dunk Predator, you don't look that good.
Are
Dunk
those the
Predator.
guys that you were on the top of the Rio with for the final table?
No, those were Dutch guys. That was the cleaner. The Dutch guys look. Those guys
Yeah,
are fucking.
Those guys are for sure.
Those kids are in shape. Even Ravens doesn't even try. Just being a boss. So.
Yeah. Yeah, anything in the Nordic Circle area, I don't know what it is, but they just produce boss.
I know, dude. And the girls are obviously pretty attractive too.
Yeah.
So,
but they age poorly.
yeah, we went out with these Norwegian
That's a
guys,
trap.
and I actually felt like I felt a comment. One of the guys is like, "You want to go meet some girls?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" And he's like, "You're a good-looking guy, man. You can go out there and do it." I was like, "Shit, this guy's saying I'm a good-looking guy. Well, fuck, you're looking at the cyborgs all day long. That's fine." So that pumped me up, and that's actually what propelled me to meet the girl that I met.
We would get tables with the cyborgs, and they would just open up the ropes, and it was just like.
Yeah, like I've never seen something like this. These guys were fucking machines. I went out with them, me, one of other Asher's other friend, and his girlfriend, now fiance, shout out to that, Misha. We went out with the Norwegian guys. Only me would go to Norway and go to Ibiza and meet dudes to hang out with. But We got a table with them at a place called Ushuaia out there, and these guys,
Awesome spot.
They're just picking out. They're just picking women out, and
they're like the equivalent of Ian.
They inspired me really. They inspired me to get more Norwegian friends who can just pull women like nothing.
They're good at poker too. They're just aggro in life.
I know.
Yeah, they're just playing lag with everything.
Andrew Hyde says podcast run gets real. Just won quads versus boats for 250 big blinds while shot taking. Bang, bang, bang. Nice hand, Poppy. You got a receipt on that, by the way?
Shout out to Andrew.
I'd love to see a receipt. Ian says I legit picked up a 10 one time hitchhiking. She was probably 24, traveling and kissing a 45 plus thumb grinder. Broke my heart. Gotta have a receipt, but it's okay. Ian said he wanted to. Can he show me a receipt of him?
Yeah, I would tend to agree. Scott seems to be a little spammy in the chat.
Scott's whatever. It's fine.
Can you talk for about 30 seconds while I take a leak?
Of course. Let's get some shout outs, man. Scott Allen. I guess I'll give you some shout outs. Kevin Clarkson. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Shout out once again to my girl Dre. Got a lot of love for her. Yeah. What else we got out there? Poppy, what's up? What's that mean? Can you better that question, Kevin? My chill to pull. I don't know what that means. Ian Griffin said, "Can I show you a receipt of me slapping Scott?" If you want to, Ian, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. All right, let's see. We're waiting for Asher right now. As you guys can see, the view here is pretty nice. It's the living room's in there. It's got these floor-to-ceiling windows. I'm very tilted that I don't live here right now, basically. So there's probably there's a very large chance I might move to San Diego. So let's see here. Ash, are you gonna drink?
Yeah.
Pour me a drink. Yeah, can I get a drink, please? Thank you.
Bourbon good?
What?
Bourbon good?
Bourbon? Bourbon?
I got red wine, vodka, tequila.
Give me some red wine. I don't want no bourbon. I'm not quite that I'm not quite about that life yet. So listen, Scott Allen, you're a little crazy, but we got love for you because we gotta have love for crazy people around here. If everyone was a conservative commenter, it wouldn't be that fun. But with you here, you make things fun, man. Ian says, no receipt, Joe, for Hitchhiker. That was 2005. I think I had a Nokia. True story, though. I believe you, Ian, man. You seem like the kind of guy who would tell an honest story, so I believe you. Kevin said, it's a frat term to chill. You are in ratio to how many. I don't look at it like that, man. I'm not sure what that means. I don't look at it like that, Kevin. If I meet somebody, I meet them. Jordan, what's up, Jordan? Papito, a la cola molamito, papito. There's a lot of Mexicans here in San Diego as well, and I've been telling them my Spanish language, and they keep telling me that these aren't actual words. So when I say, hola cola moza, mozamita, papito, they claim that I'm actually making that up, and that's not actually real. And honestly, it quite tilts me very hard. Titan Slippery Redhead, what's up, puppy? Titan Slippery Redhead has the best name, man. Think of this wine. Oh my God. What kind of wine is it? So is that good wine from their day?
It is, yeah. It is.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna have a drink. Yeah. We're gonna be going out tonight. We're gonna be having a good time.
Might get a little freaky tonight.
Why didn't you talk to Kuhn about winning Super Tuesday? Titan Slippery Redhead, I'm pretty sure I talked to him about winning that. We don't talk about actual strategy. But yeah, hey, Ash, just a good question for you. Samuel says, can you play poker in San Diego? What's the like there, buddy?
So we live in an area where there are Indian reservations nearby. Casinos are forbidden in anything besides Indian territory. So they're 18 and up, and they're sort of out in the hills, probably a 30 to 45-minute drive. You're going to get steady 1-2, 1-3 action, fairly low rake. They'll drop like 4, and then typically they do a jackpot, which I think they also do at Commerce, where they drop an additional 1, and that gets recirculated into some type of bonus prize pool. 2-5 will happen in those places somewhat, sometimes 5-10. A lot of fun players. Primarily fun players.
What's the main places? Oceanside, Palomar, downtown.
We're going to get to those places. Here we're talking about places like Viejas, Barona, Sequan, Paula.
We can't recommend those places.
I would recommend Barona. I think they run a tight ship up there. And it's fun, lots of fun players, lots of regulars. It's really weird. I mean, those people, they drive like every day 30 minutes and go play there. And then you get into card rooms, which are no longer legal in San Diego. But dude, you got Advanced Scott Allen, dude. He's a troll.
No, this guy's awesome. I want to do this. Yo, Joe, I want to request that online live stream sex heads up match where we bang our girls and whoever wins is the fucking champ of all champions. I am 100% in for that, Scott. We each get a girl. We both bang her. Wait, no. You bang your girl. I bang my girl. And then we have the live stream viewers decide who does best. Go ahead. Back to the.
I'm with Ian and Kevin. What was I even saying now?
Go ahead.
What was I talking? Yeah. So Palomar, Ocean's 11, the Village Club, Lucky Lady. Those are places that are card rooms.
A lot of card rooms.
Yeah, there are, and you can get some. I'm not really current on what's. I know you can get 1020 action almost every, no limit 1020 action almost every day. You can get 200, 400, 300, 600 mix. There's allegedly some high-profile individuals who now come out here relatively regularly. Ted Forrest has apparently moved to San Diego and is losing his mind and his money in these mixed games. Not to blow up Ted Forrest spot, but I don't think really.
Shout out to Live with Face Cards. He plays in these games.
Okay. Oh yeah. Shout out to
don't name no names.
a guy. Yeah, I'm not going to. A guy who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, but Gordo.
Shout out to Gordo.
Yeah. Big. It seems like Gordo is definitely playing great. So yeah, you can definitely get some good
So
action.
you're saying there's a lot of live action down here.
Yeah, I think there's a fair amount of live action, and obviously, and LA is very close too. So if you ever need to play higher, or just go to the Costco of poker, their Commerce is a short drive away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're alleging there's some illegal home games that potentially might take place.
There are. I'm not familiar with them that much right now, but I think there definitely are.
Okay.
If somebody wants to come to San Diego and put together a home game, I will set up a poker table on this balcony or in the enclosed area right behind it, and we can have a game.
It's an open offer. There can be a poker game right there in your dining area.
Yeah.
With the view.
Yeah.
The view. We'll show you the view later. We can only see a little bit of the view. This is what's this? This is Coronado Island behind us. The bay, ocean behind that. Right?
Move your head, Joey. The USS Midway is where the lights are. That strand of red, white, and blue lights stocked here permanently.
Right.
And Coronado military bases and stuff behind us.
Very nice.
It's a beautiful place.
Beautiful place.
Pleasure
There's a lot
to
of
get
poker
to.
here. You can obviously play on untracked European websites here, of course.
That's true.
You can play on Bovada. You can play on the America's Card Room, of course. Is that
You
right?
can go to Tijuana. I mean, you could almost like.
You can go to Mexico and then play down in Mexico. I know my old roommate. used
So
to go
here's
down there.
something that I'd be interested in exploring. If anybody's a true boss, I can see Tijuana. I'm looking at Tijuana and the radio towers on top of Tijuana, and you can do a line of sight beam from using a radio from Tijuana, like to even this balcony or other balconies, and you could literally be playing legally. I don't know.
Huh?
Would we really have to go to Stars?
Is this against terms of service?
I don't know, right?
We don't violate TOS around here.
No, but I don't think this would be a violation. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you were on Wi-Fi, but you were on the other side of the fence, would that be against TOS? But the origination of the Wi-Fi signal occurs in Mexico, and you're just sitting at Starbucks across the fence, basically.
Well, I know I don't think there's a Starbucks across the fence, but
hypothetically, violation of TOS, yes or no?
I don't think that's a violation against TOS. I'd have to check TOS. Of course, I wouldn't.
Yes.
I don't break TOS on anything.
No.
I'm driving. I'm always following rules on everything I do.
Yes, right.
I'm not a TOS breaker. But that's a great question.
If it was not against the terms of service, you could do a line of sight It's like basically line of sight Wi-Fi.
So you could get Supernova Elite from the United States, but right on the border of Mexico.
From this balcony.
No.
I could literally mount a radio right here and get direct line of sight. Yeah.
I'll make you a prop bet. You can get Supernova Elite from this balcony with a line of sight to that radio tower right there.
This is how I get internet at my parents' house. Literally. Like, I'm very, very familiar.
How often would you say you break TOS?
In life?
You seem like the kind of guy that breaks TOS pretty often.
Life TOS?
Any TOS.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, not break, but bend, maybe? Creatively interpret?
K45 says it is a violation. You shouldn't be located in the USA.
But
it might be against TOS.
Define is located based on your location or based on your internet's location? I think it's based on the internet's location.
Who's that? A black guy, Flo?
I think he's going to get.
You want to pick up a girl?
Yeah, he's flying a girl in tonight.
And a girl? This is a lady boy? You want to speculate on the attractiveness level of this girl?
No, I've met her before, and she is very good looking.
1 to 10. What would you say she is?
7.5 to an 8, and that's on a very strict scale. I think
Scale?
I think for most people, they would say she's like an 8.5.
Most people say, what do you think I'm going to say about her?
I think you're going to say she's an 8.
She's an 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Face, body, 8.
And she's a sweet girl too.
8.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what we should do sometime?
What do you think?
We should do would this be weird to do a contest to have people, like, if somebody gets to San Diego, we'll like take them out for one night?
That'd be amazing, yeah.
Okay. Well, we can talk about that.
Okay.
That could be cool.
I've actually thought about doing something like that. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, good.
I'd say you're not violating TOS. The IP address is from Mexico. Bruno's
Yeah.
a lawyer.
Hey, yeah.
I don't know what Scott's laughing about. I didn't feel like I didn't say anything funny. You say something funny? This kid in the red. Look at that kid in the red, man. I think he wants to. You want to fuck him, Scott? Is that what you're saying? Joe, you absolutely will say 6. Okay.
Scott,
What do you think Scott's girl looks like? 1 to 10. I'd say like a 4.
I don't want to speculate on Scott.
No?
He seems like he types too much.
Okay. Kid in the red is the man.
You're playing great, Kevin.
Kid in the red. His name's Asher, guys. Come on. Anything else you wrote down you want to add in? You want to talk about it?
Well, we can go down this list. So, do you want to talk about sales with clubs?
Let's see how long we're going for. I'm
Okay.
gonna wrap it up soon. If it's over an hour, I'm gonna wrap it up.
You only do an hour, dude?
Well, no, I might do like a little bit.
Bro, dude.
An hour 15. We'll go like 10 minutes more, 15 minutes more, and wrap it up. Okay.
All right. Well, then let's talk about what we're doing coming up.
What are we doing coming up?
Well, we got Coachella coming up. What's your plans there?
We got Coachella coming up. You're going to Coachella. I'm not sure. I'm going to bring in little brother, aka Tutu Andrew Cool, aka Big Dog Andy, aka. I'm bringing him there, and that's going to be a good time. Obviously, you're going to be there.
Potentially.
Ebony, Aaron. No, fucking no.
I'm not saying like it's a girl. You don't need to bring a girl like just because you're bringing a girl doesn't mean.
Well, I got 2 extra tickets.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
I think I enjoy bringing Ebony. Ebony's fun. She's just a lot of fun.
And where are you staying?
I'm staying at a hotel right now. I got a hotel package, but
Are you walkable distance, drivable distance?
no, it's a
Drive.
shuttleable distance. Yeah.
Have you been to Coachella before?
No, sir.
Okay. I have not either, actually. I've been out there for the festival for the last like 5 years, but I've never actually gone into the festival. But I do plan on making it into the festival this time.
I'm excited. You excited to have fun there?
Yeah, if you come to San Diego, I think we're gonna help beforehand. We're gonna helicopter out there if you want to do that. Might have to.
Of course. Why wouldn't you helicopter out there? If you didn't helicopter out there, I'd be worried.
Xander has a helicopter.
Honestly, if you're not helicoptering there, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Well, then I have to get a helicopter back though.
Yeah, we would be helicoptering back.
Okay, because
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
Yeah, that could be interesting. We could also take.
I guess I'll helicopter.
Do you
there.
still have the M3?
Yeah, I still have the M3.
We could take the M3s, top down,
Well,
cruise to Palm Springs.
I'm keeping the M3 at home.
In
I'm
Chicago.
gonna fly out here. Yeah.
Is it in
It's
Chi-Town?
in Chicago, yeah. My M3's in Chicago. So I'm not gonna
Do you
take
drive that during the winter?
it. No, I've rented a car for winter.
Okay, got it. So and then we've also been discussing.
What M3 you have now? You have the convertible, the black one,
I have blue one now. Yeah.
blue one, convertible.
Yeah,
Oh,
convertible.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, 2013. I gotta get.
See you later, Bruno.
Bye, Bruno. Hey, if you ever come to San Diego, hit me up.
Hit us up, Bruno.
Yeah, for sure.
Hit up the Ash.
So we're talking about Burning Man. I'd love to hear from listeners any recommendations for Burning Man noobs because you're a virgin, I'm a virgin.
I found this really good site called burners.me or something like that. It had a lot of pretty good stuff.
Bye, Scott.
Bye, Scott. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, Scott. No, I love Scott.
Burning
Thanks for
Man could be
Scott.
very interesting. I know there's a lot of poker people.
Yeah, Jay Kuhn was inviting me to go with him.
Oh, has he been
With their
before?
group. Yeah, he went there last year. His first time. He said. I said.
And what did he have to say about it?
He said he loved it, man. That seems like Jay Kuhn right up his alley.
Oh,
That
really?
Seems like the kind of
Did
place.
Jay Kuhn get his rage on?
I think he does.
Okay.
Jay Kuhn gets his raise on.
Yeah.
Scott Allen is the new Stars Red Problems.
No, Stark's Red Problem actually is like clever. I haven't. No.
I mean, you cleverly scamming people, then yeah.
Oh.
Cleverly
What- wasn't there-
cleverly avoiding paying you back for 3 years.
Wasn't there just like a Stars Reg Problem Twitter account a long time ago that would just tweet some funny stuff occasionally?
That was him, yeah.
And then he scams people?
Well, I had him on a lot of live streams.
You did?
I met him before.
Oh.
I met him in real life. He owed me $300 for like 3 years. He still owes me $300. So, but I had him on some live streams. He would shit in bags and talk about big chicks and hardware store working, and then so.
Got it.
Yeah. So go ahead, add something else if you want to add something else.
I
We'll
mean,
wrap it up soon. Though.
Yeah. What other things do
I'm
you
trying
wanna,
to keep it under like hour technically. But
Is
now
there
it's
other
over an hour.
is there other good stuff to know about?
Other
in
good
San
stuff.
Diego,
Other good
or-
stuff right now. I mean, what do we got in store out here for the San Diego? We got to do a little San Diego trip report when we're done.
Yeah, we do a recap trip report.
Some fun. We're gonna have some fun out here.
I think so. We should have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
Do some yoga.
Do some yoga on the beach.
Yeah. I'm
Potentially.
bummed we don't have the boat in the water. I have a boat, but I have it pulled out during the winter months.
We should have a boat.
And today was just gorgeous. It was literally 80 degrees today.
It was great. We worked on our tans a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We went to the pool. It was nice. It's just a general bromance, to be honest.
Well, the other people there technically.
Yeah, but it's still romantic for me. We feel the same way.
Shut man. But I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd listen. I got a lot of love for people. Some people like to have sex with men. Some people like to have sex with women. Some people like to have sex with dogs and cats and animals. And I met a guy that liked to have sex with the fish. But
Wait, what?
I'm not sure where I'm going with that. But any questions, guys? Go ahead. Ask me some questions.
Yeah, it could be a purely platonic bromance.
So what does that have to do with having sex with the fish?
Well, you talked about you have love for people that have sex with men.
I do.
That's great, but I'm not one of those people.
You sure? Nothing wrong with that if you are, man. That's fine.
No, not the Seinfeld quote. Not there's anything wrong with that.
Me and hashtag Tim Stay Brian we've been speculating for a couple years now, so
Yeah, maybe.
we've been speculating for sure.
I don't know.
We got love for you if you do, man. It's fine. You know,
I
we got
appreciate
love.
that.
We got love. All right. It's a little bit of lag, or I'm sorry, the stream's like 30-second delay. So wait for some questions. If there ain't no one's got any questions.
We haven't talked about like what I do now and finances stuff, so we'll have to come back and do that later.
Like, you do some cool shit actually. We'll talk about the
Yeah.
political stuff.
Political stuff and
We'll see if people
house
like
building
we'll
stuff.
see if people like having you on. If they do, we'll make it a regular thing. Thanks.
I mean, we don't have to talk about me all the time either. Just
No, we'll talk a little bit. You do some cool shit though.
sometimes, yeah.
You work with politicians in the state.
Yeah, I can actually give you the 411 on legalized poker in California.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So shit got weird quick.
I think Ashley's getting a little excited.
Ashley's from the UK. Ashley's a pretty cool guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
I pretty much
People
know.
confuse Asher with Ashley all the time.
I pretty much know most of these people somehow. Asher, what did you switch to after poker?
Ooh,
Great question.
Nickaboo. I was always working in politics, which is why I picked up poker, because politics sort of comes in like campaign stuff, comes in cycles. So when there's not an election season going on, I was playing poker for entertainment and figured I'd try to get good. Debatably was somewhat successful at that. So politics, and that's actually transitioned now into residential home building. I develop houses in San Diego County, housing communities, small, like between like 10 to 200 homes. So that, and work to get those projects approved with the city councils or the local municipalities. And yeah, so that's a very brief preview.
Is that the hustle you're engaged in right now?
Of that stuff. Yes, that's all, because we're not in an election season right now. So it's all about building homes.
You still playing poker?
The last time I played poker was the main event in 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
But you're kind of retired from poker, it seems like. You ever plan to play more? Plan to get back into it more or what?
no, certainly not with the current state of games.
Yeah.
I would admonish people who are playing right now to not take for granted the flexibility that their job provides. There's a lot of disadvantages to playing poker full time, and anybody who's done it for a significant period of time would acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of upsides too that I think take for granted. Like the amount of time normal people spend at the office. You wake up, you drive to work, you work all day, you get home, you drive back from work, you get home, you make dinner, you clean up dinner, and you're tired and exhausted and beat. And then on the weekends, you can't really have the weekends to yourself because you got to go run all the errands because you can't do them during a normal week. I mean, working 40 hours a week is brutal, especially if you're doing it on a normal 9-to-5 schedule. And the flexibility that people have in poker to work on their own hours is something that I don't think you'd really truly appreciate until you have to do the 9-to-5 grind. And I'm blessed to be in a position where I don't have to do that too.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah, but I think when it becomes normal to not have to get up and go to work every day, you sort of start to forget about it, and you stop taking advantage of it. Especially like right now when you sort of need to be out of the country, or arguably need to be out of the country to have a lot of games. I'm just saying, people who are in the United States and playing, they have far less game selection. They restrict themselves even further, right? Go out and travel and capitalize on that opportunity. That's something that I wish I had done. I wish I had just even gone and taken like month-long trips to play live at like the WinStar or dumb places like that. I look back on being stuck in shitty hotel rooms at the Commerce or delayed flights or anything else. It was a little aggravating at the time, but I look back at fondness with those type of experiences.
So you're saying, what would you recommend for someone out there who might be in a similar position that you're in right now? I guess looking back on what you would have done had you done it differently.
I would have taken advantage more of having the flexibility to work from wherever, whenever, and I would have traveled a ton. And we're gonna get a rating. We might be able to get a rating here in a couple seconds.
Flo, why don't you come back on that live stream again while you're at it, man? We're wrapping up. Flo, come here. We gotta figure something out. Come here.
Yes, here.
That's fine. Bring your friend. Flo, come back on. Who's your friend?
Asher, Joey. This is Princess.
Hi, Princess.
Hi.
You gotta make an appearance quick on the live stream. We were speculating about you a little bit ago.
You have to
Flo
come
said he had a
over
friend
to where
coming.
Flo is, otherwise
You got to go in the
see
video. So come over here.
Not to put you
How
on the
about
spot or
that view
anything.
in the camera though?
Keep going. So there's the camera. So say hello. So that's the camera right there. There's a live stream people are watching right now. You can say hi. This is Princess. Princess, where are you from?
San Jose.
Do you play poker?
Don't say any
No.
personal information.
No.
You don't play
You like
poker?
this dog?
Credit card information.
No.
What do you guys-
Social?
No. Please don't say that.
What do you guys plan on doing tonight?
Going out.
Having a good time?
Fun.
Yeah. You know Flo is the king of San Diego, right? Let me tell you what that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. So the king of San Diego is basically you go around town and you can say his name at certain places.
It's a password.
And they kind of show you a little bit more
Did we already
respect.
say this on the podcast?
Well, I didn't tell Princess
So
it.
your customers really want to, or your followers
They're not
really want to hear the same thing twice?
They can't see the girl. They just like girls. It's all guys. They love women. They just get excited when they see women. But yeah, Flo, he's the king of San Diego. I was gonna say king of Chicago, but
Yeah, that's hard to be. King of Chicago.
Yeah.
Like
Would be
underground,
Would be
underground, the mid, just walking in all those places.
He would be king of Chicago too if he went out there
I
too.
know my spots, man.
I can tell. All right, guys, enjoy. Have a good night. Have fun.
Nice
Well,
meeting
This is
you.
official.
Princess.
Princess, we'll see you in about
Nice
30
meeting
seconds.
you.
Oh, are you guys aren't leaving right now, are you?
Oh yeah.
Flo's good people.
Flo, Johnny Boy says, got set up with what I thought was a big girl yesterday. When she got here, I started second guessing things, so I decided to put her on the scale. She weighed 156 pounds. Exploitably fucked her anyway. Bang, bang, bang. Nice job, Johnny. Nice hand. That's against, did I play any PLO in LA? Big Joe. I like Big Joe. I like Big Joe, baby.
Puppy.
Puppy, big puppy. I did not play. I played some online. Played online most days. I played online every day. I played online way too much, and I didn't play any live because I hate live poker. My friends, are you friends with Adrian Phoenix? Oh, you friends with Adrian Phoenix?
Who's Adrian Phoenix?
Best looking girl on in this podcast history.
Wow,
That
Princess.
can't be true.
Who is Adrian
No
Phoenix
way.
the actor?
Joe, Princess basically just eye banged you. Is it true?
I wasn't looking.
Well, I know she's gonna
I think
properly
I think
bang someone later, not me. So. Bang,
we
bang.
don't need to speculate on what is or is not going to happen among two consenting adults.
Sure. Yeah, of course, this is what the podcast is for, to speculate on these type of things. This is what the podcast exists for.
Let's just say Flo is getting close to playing GTO.
Let's wrap it up on that note.
Okay.
Guys. Right though. Ian Griffin, the tender. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. You're watching this on a replay later on.
Here, hang on. We'll end on the view, huh? So this has been Jay.
Oh, yeah. 360 this shit. So
Thankfully, it's attached.
thankfully. All right, so put it down lower. There you go. That's the left of the view. That's the city of San Diego. So go to the right. Just start panning to the right. And
Parks over there.
that's Coronado right there.
Midway.
Poppy, working for the podcast. 30 euros. All right, go slower. There you go.
You got Midway, and that's Point Loma going out there. Let's lift this over your wine glass, bro.
You can just put the camera that way, technically.
Oh, that's not true.
You don't have to, you don't have
And
to you don't move
then
at
we're
all.
going out here to San Diego proper.
San Diego proper. Okay.
Airport is where those blue lights are. You see, now you can't really see that, but yeah, the airport. Oh, here we're gonna see a plane take off here. This is Southwest, heading somewhere, and then all the way around to the freeway.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very sick view. This is the view from his place right here in San Diego.
Very famous.
I want to show the.
Poker player will. Oh, actually, might have just moved in a couple days ago. He's living right down there. We're not allowed to name names.
So
But,
you can't even see anything. Put it back. All right, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Poppies, guys. Much love. I'm close in the camera right now, but that's okay.
That'd be really weird if you. Yeah.
Much love. That's it. You got anything to say?
No. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Lizard Wizard, you got some hate. I'm gonna ban you right now. We're gonna blow each other right now.
Maybe Lizard. You never know, dude.
Shout out to Lizard Wizard for being just a weird guy. All right, that's it. Wrap it up. Peace. Much love. Be back soon.
Adios.
Adios.